because she grabbed my penis.
What?
And I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, dude, we're live now.
Oh. Ba-doop-doo. Yeah, that's been a while. Wow, you were like a little late on that.
Was I? Well, because I was like, should I do the Tom penis joke I had in my head?
Dumpy dude.
Man, it's been so long since we've been here.
I know, right?
You're using the right intro?
I don't have a clue. All the intros are yours. I don't even know if this is my
gonna
channel.
be the mad dump again?
It might be. They're all what?
Oh, I was going to say, while we're talking about me, make sure that you check out part 1 of Robo Vampire on my channel. Part 2 will be coming out tomorrow.
Do.
You're a bit late on that one.
Yeah, well, he's talking. I didn't want to interrupt him.
Don't mess up my promo. By the way, did you guys see the news that I've made God level of Twitter?
God level?
Yeah.
No.
Living the life of a champion, making memories with Neil Breen following me.
Who's that?
Shut up.
When you've hit the weekend slump, you know it's time for the fucking dump. Mad's gotta go poo, and Scott don't know what to do. Everyone else is lost.
What did I have?
And Tom always
is cross.
Expensive is cost.
Hey, everybody.
Epic.
Hey, everybody.
I lost it.
We've been so off lately, so welcome. It's the dump.
Have been
it
off so lately.
Still happens on Saturday nights occasionally. How is everybody tonight?
How is everybody tonight?
Yeah, I'm Scott. I'm the host. I'm a YouTuber's YouTuber. You know? Just like a YouTuber's YouTuber. It's a gift. It's a gift. And Mad, you made it over 1,000 subs, I've noticed. What's going on, man?
A while ago. Why aren't you keeping up with the channel?
Mad Haircuts Entertainments. Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Congrats, we're doing movies with Mads, having fun. I've asked you to come over there. You haven't? That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, no. I'm waiting for you to really get big. Yeah, oh no, where's Jane? Praying that she shows up. That's what we all do on Saturday nights.
Yeah, I gotta talk to her about something. I'm a little upset with her.
Oh.
She convinced me.
Air your grievances.
Not directly. I've read a tweet that she had about this show called Carnival Row on Amazon.
Don't watch that shit.
I'll go check it out. I enjoyed it, and then there's no second season. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, there is no second season. That's been out for a while. I watched that like a year ago.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it until Jane said it to someone else, and I happened to read the tweet, and then I checked it out, and I'm a little sad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all about you always. Next up we have Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge After Dark, Midnight's Edge Radio, Midnight's Edge Radio number 2, Midnight's Edge Espanol, and Midnight's Edge
girl version. What's that one?
No, that's on Midnight's Edge though. That's
Toxic
the late.
femininity?
Yes, the toxic ladies. I do, though, have to say they have the best video right now out about Graham Hancock's newest show. Over 500,000 views. Couldn't have been my video, but no, it has to be theirs. No, you guys did awesome on that. Tom, thank you for being here. How you doing, my buddy?
Well, considering I had nothing to do with that video, thank you. No, it's one of the few I haven't edited. Pablo actually edited that one, and that's all Andre. So no, Andre got lucky that Graham Hancock himself tweeted out the video, I guess. So it's gotten a lot of attention. So yeah, that was kind of cool.
Now, for those in the chat that may not know,
by celebrities. So
no.
For those in the chat that may not know who John Graham is, you want to?
Who's John Graham?
Tom.
Graham Hancock.
Graham Hancock.
Oh. Well,
John Graham. Where did you even get? For all of you out there who don't know who Jefferson Adams is, he was the 5th president.
You know what? I almost fucked up the name John Graham. I was about to say John Hamm. I'm like, no, I got to make sure I get it right.
Anywho, hey, Mark, how are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Is it time to don our gay apparel?
Fa la 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 la. Hey, that reminds me. Did you guys watch A Christmas Story Christmas?
I couldn't.
I heard
make
it was
through
corny.
I did.
I loved
I
it.
liked it.
I loved
liked
it.
Really?
I loved it. Loved it. I
You feel
actually
that
got
it lived
choked
up
up.
to
I
the
started almost
classic?
crying. Okay, I did
didn't
cry
live up
once.
me.
The
didn't
third
feel
act
like it lived up to
is
the classic?
brilliant. The
Did
third
it-
act is brilliant.
It is. It's great. Live up to the classic? No. But did it go too far away where it's not this, a part of it? Definitely not. Like
Maybe
it
I'll
was.
give it another shot.
It was one of those movies where it's like yes, it is like a sequel, I guess. But
Mhm.
it's more about like losing a dad and being a dad. That's what I got from it.
Well,
like
the
losing your
first-
father and then trying to be that father figure in that moment where your dad was always like your star.
Yeah,
and
the
it was at
anchor.
Christmas. It was powerful.
The
to me.
first act is a bit of a rough ride to get
Yes.
through, but once you get past that, it starts to fall right into the classic
Yeah.
feeling of the film. And it's not even really the opening so much as like Script Doctor and I discussed this, and I think he's right. The biggest change, and I think the thing that makes it feel off, if there is anything, is that the original mom, Melinda Dillon, did not return. They have a different actress. So they
Oh, I didn't
seemingly rewrote the character to kind of fit the I can't remember the
actress,
actress's
right?
name. Yeah, it's kind of fit her comedy style as opposed to what Melinda Dillon was like.
Right.
But other than that, the way they handled the movie, I thought it was very well done.
Let me ask you a question. Is Melinda Dillon still alive?
Yeah, but I believe she's been retired for a while, so I have
Okay.
no idea what kind of
Because
condition
she
she's
was
in.
more of a cool, like a
She's
cool
twice the
mom.
woman she once was.
Like the mom they have now is kind of that like
Aloof,
goofy mom.
goofy
Yeah.
mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bobby's mom in Bobby's World, kind of a.
Maybe I don't know. Grant, what
Oh,
did you
Bobby.
think? Hi, Grant.
I didn't watch it. I watched An American Tale, the best Christmas movie of all
Is
time.
it?
With Feifel? Okay,
Yes.
great movie. Great movie.
Well, somewhere out there.
Let's ask
Um,
what are your favorite Christmas movies? Me first, because I'm the best and it's my show. A Christmas Story is
by
my
the way,
favorite.
before you do that, welcome back to your show, Scott. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I don't know. Remember the last time I've been on my own show. I actually showed up for a Wednesday though. That was kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
A Christmas Story. A Christmas Story is probably my favorite Christmas movie. Scrooge, different versions. I just watched one on Netflix, a cartoon one with my kids. That wasn't bad. But I like the old school one, like the 19. I think it's like 35, 34. That version's great. And the Thomas, I always screw up his name. The guy who played Patton. That was a good Scrooge, or A Christmas Carol. I like Scrooged. What do you guys like?
Well, I have 4. I know mine.
Okay.
My top one, A Christmas Story. Obviously, it's on 24 hours every year on TNT, TBS, whatever one.
Yep.
Number 2, Elf. Love Elf.
Elf
For
is
whatever
great.
reason, every year the girlfriend's like, I hate that movie. Blah. And then we watch it. She's like, this is the funniest thing ever. I'm like, why do you do this every year? Anyway, my number 3, 8-Bit Christmas. Came out maybe last year. It's on HBO
I
Max.
still have
2020.
not seen that.
It,
2020.
give it a shot. I really, really enjoyed it. And my number 4, Love Actually.
Dude, love that movie.
Yeah,
I don't care what
yeah.
anybody says. It is a
I'm
good
with you, bro.
movie.
Yes.
That is a bro Christmas movie
It's a bro movie.
It
It's
is.
definitely a bro.
the dude who
Christmas
plays
movie.
the rock star is the greatest part of it too.
Yeah.
But like
And
a
he
father-
does his song.
Don't buy drugs. Get famous so they give them to you.
But
Yes.
you also got like the father and like they lost the mom but the kid wants to like hit on the American girl. That was a great
And
part.
Rick
I love
Grimes
that movie.
Still can't protect anyone.
Yep. Yeah. I also like how Hugh Grant jams out to the Pointer Sisters. I mean, there's nothing better.
Yeah. I like the lobster nativity scene thing.
Oh,
That was
right.
fun.
Right. Big Raj for $5. Thumbs up. Big Raj is one of my favorite people now that I met him. He is awesome. Good to see you, Big Raj. Thank you for being here. Okay. What about you, Tom? Any Christmas carols?
Christmas carols or Christmas
Or
movies?
Christmas movies. I'm sorry. I just read
I
Muppet
usually
Christmas.
do the main ones. Like I always love to see Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. I usually watch at least one Christmas Carol movie a year, whether it's Muppet or one of the other ones. There's a few that I
Yep.
like. In
Christmas
fact, this year I got
Vacation.
the George C. Scott one, so I'll probably watch that one this
I've
year.
had that one for years. It's one of my favorite.
Yeah, I just got this year, so that will probably be this year. Like last year, I got the Albert Finney one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Die Hard, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Gremlins.
That is a Christmas movie.
I
Yes,
did watch
and so
Elf
is every
for the
Shane
first.
Black movie.
Speaking of Elf, though, Matt, it's funny you mentioned that because I was not the hugest fan of that movie when it first came out.
Yeah.
But it has kind of grown on me over the years.
What, Elf?
does, Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
wear you out until you love it.
Has anybody
Mike Tyson.
seen
And of course,
Spirited?
It's a Wonderful Life. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's a great one too. But has anybody
yeah,
seen
you just
Spirited,
took
the new
mine.
one?
The what? The new
I'm
what?
sorry.
Spirited is a new one with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. I haven't
It took
seen
me
it
about
yet.
20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, this they're gonna do these songs the whole movie, and I'm out. It's a musical, bro.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Mark?
Let me see. Well, we already said Die Hard. We already
Yep.
said It's a Wonderful Life. Nobody's going to say Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. If
That's a
anybody
good
remembers
one.
That.
That is
Yeah,
a good
Mr.
one.
Magoo's Christmas Carol, man. Anybody in
Yeah.
the chat ever experienced that?
I did.
It
I
was silly. It was funny as hell.
Yep.
You know, shout out to Jim Backus, right? Thurston Howell III.
Yep.
Yep. And,
Yeah, that's a
let me
classic, and
see.
it is
You
him.
know, I never realized it was him doing the voice till you just said that, Mark.
Yeah,
It looks like
I
though.
never realized it. Now that you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, that is his voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like
man.
all the years I never drew the parallel. No.
Yeah. And what was the one with Laurel and Hardy?
Oh, Babes
was
of
it-
Toyland. Right?
Yeah,
Something like
man.
that. I freaking love that one too, dude. When they're they're hitting the darts into everybody's asses. It's a great one.
I
You
feel
know,
like I'm
shit that
missing
they really
something.
don't show anymore. So, like, you know, the later kids and stuff don't know about that. But it was a lot
Yep.
of fun.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, I
Last Boy
forgot
Scout
about
is
Babes.
another
and-
great Christmas movie. Again,
Yeah.
though, that's a Shane Black movie. All Shane Black movies are.
All Shane Black movies are Christmas movies.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that. You're right though. All his
Except
movies
for
take place around
Predator.
Christmas.
except
That's
for that
crazy.
Predator, Last Predator one.
Yeah, that was Easter,
Yeah.
so it didn't
No, it's
count.
Halloween
I
because he
you
went
know
trick or
what?
treating.
There are some classics like Babes in Toyland that now that everybody's doing streaming, it's not the same anymore. You know, like you have to have Apple TV to watch Charlie Brown Christmas. Like
Yeah,
Yo,
that's dumb.
that's
like,
some
kid-
evil shit, man.
That is some evil shit.
I don't. I've
It
got
just goes
on
to show
4K
you
Blu-ray.
what kind of generation we're in right here. That thing has been playing for the last, like 50 years easy.
Yep.
And all of the generations before us got to enjoy it together. But now we're the generation who has to do it this way.
are they
It's
still playing
terrible.
A Christmas Story 24 hours leading up to Christmas?
You know, that's a really
now
good
they
question.
switched over to Elf.
Are you kidding me?
Whoa! Look, I'm a big Elf fan, but I feel like that's
I think there's a reason behind it this year because this will be the first year they're doing that, and I think that's because of Christmas Story Christmas being on HBO Max. I think they only want both movies on HBO Max. That's my
But see,
guess.
that's the grimy shit.
That's
Like
right.
you start a tradition, keep with the tradition. You know, like
that's what makes it one.
luckily we have Apple because we were looking for, we had Paramount, we have Peacock. We're like, wait a minute, where's the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown? And then we finally found it on Apple. It's like this is a generation that these kids, unless their parents have the right streaming service, will not see certain shows that we watched every year. Every year.
And you know what, Lil Chad, he's saying every public library has Charlie Brown Christmas if you don't want to buy the disc.
Right.
There's just something about it when it comes on TV. You like to feel like we're all watching it together.
Yep.
You know?
Amen.
And that's the thing.
Also,
Amen.
I don't think many people even know where to find a library.
Well, you never know about that. And half the time you don't know what's being played at libraries anymore. Like you can't have a Christian kids book, but we'll have drag queens reading kids books. So I don't know what's going on in public libraries anymore. Mocking Draws, though, for $10 says, hail and much love to everybody in the chat and on the panel. Mocking's been killing it. Please, guys, go and make sure you subscribe to Mocking. He's a good dude, friend of the channel. We used to watch It's a Wonderful Life. Always came on either Thanksgiving night or the Friday after Thanksgiving. And that hasn't happened for a couple years. And it's one of those movies, again, where I felt like that was something like you were watching. It was like a moment where people were watching the same, no matter if it was a rerun or not, same show on TV where we were all having like a moment about like a special festive thing. And it seems like with this world we live in nowadays, they don't want us connecting on a spiritual or like even like a a holiday feel, and it's kind of sad that way.
Preach. And a lot of people these days they're just against black and white movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But do yourself a favor if you haven't watched It's a Wonderful Life. It's a great reminder of just how important you are in this world. You might not even realize it, how you touch other people's lives. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
What up, Jane?
Jane, better get in. You're not coming, Jane.
Yeah.
You make us smart.
Jane,
Talk about
how
what?
dare you talk me into, not directly but indirectly, to watching Carnival
Row.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have a second season.
And I don't know if it's getting a second season.
I think it is.
We'll talk, Tina. I hope it does, but that's been out for like 2 years now. Right?
Wow.
I think so.
I don't know. Hey, if we want to talk WB DC stuff, we probably should do it because I don't know how much longer we have time.
Yeah, you know, that's a great point. I was just about to say
Well,
the
you got to
same thing.
introduce Mark, I think, yet. Or did you?
Oh, well, we said Mark. Mark, we didn't
Yeah.
really say Grant, but Grant, I kind of threw it to Grant. How are you,
You
Grant?
gave him a big screen.
Yeah, good. But my favorite Christmas movies are Eight Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler classic, very Christmassy. American Tail. But if we want to go the more traditional route, you can't get better than National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. Like, this shit is full. If that line does not warm your heart every Christmas, I say it every Christmas, even when the shit is not full.
Right.
Because that's how much it reminds me of Christmas.
We had a parade of
I just
lights.
say that when I eat too much.
We had parade last week where my kids were in it. It's like the night parade with all the lights and stuff. And one of the groups did Christmas Vacation, and dude's walking around and he went for it. It was cold as hell. And he had just the short freaking robe on with the hat. I had to give that guy credit. That was awesome.
Who got to play the lobster?
You know what? No one did.
But by the way, Grant, I do want to apologize on behalf of Sporking News Podcast. We should have asked you your favorite Hanukkah movie, not your favorite Christmas movie. It was insensitive, and we apologize.
No, we don't.
I apologize.
Not tonight. No.
Grant, what's your top 5 Hanukkah movies?
Is there even 5 Hanukkah movies?
Can you name one?
Yeah. I just mentioned 3 of them. So
8 crazy nights.
Hey,
I mean, if you want to talk about the
crazy.
best Hanukkah movie, it's The Hebrew Hammer. Plain and simple, is a guy
Oh, yeah,
who
that's a
is
good one.
essentially a superhero that hunts down the evil son of Santa Claus.
Oh, I need to watch that now.
Yeah, it's the evil son of Santa is by the little skinny gay dude that got
The
punched in
little
face.
skinny gay dude.
Oh wait, I was thinking.
I know
of
who
the-
that is. That's that guy.
Andy
I
Dick.
thought.
Oh, Andy Dick.
Oh,
He's not
oh, that's right.
Ooh.
But it stars. What's his
Is he
name? I think he killed himself. He was in The Prophecy, wasn't he? He was a comedian.
It's got Adam Goldberg.
That's it.
All I know is my wife has never seen Christmas Vacation. I've been with her for like 12 years. I didn't know that.
Oh,
So we're going to change
it
that.
too
Have
late?
to write that wrong.
Yeah, I got to write as a husband, I have to write that wrong. But
yeah, is it too late? Is everything too entwined? Because
It really
that's
is.
almost unforgivable.
it's unforgivable on my part for not knowing that.
That
9
means you
kids
haven't
is
watched that movie in how long?
I've watched it.
How did you watch it without her, though?
Well, have you ever been married? Sometimes different rooms, watching
I
something
watched a couple
different.
movies, yeah.
No, I've never
Like
been
she hates A
married.
Christmas Story.
Oh. What?
What?
She hates A Christmas Story.
That's like a deal breaker.
You know what? I didn't know that until like.
Did you know that
Mickey Mouse-
before? Yeah.
Mickey
No.
Mouse Christmas
Yeah.
Carol one I like as well.
How are
That's
you finding
actually
out
the
all this
first
Christmas
version
stuff?
of Christmas Carol I've ever seen. Was the Mickey Mouse one.
I don't understand how you're just now finding out about everything this Christmas.
That's what
stuff.
I'm
Have
sitting
you-
here saying.
Do you not celebrate Christmas until 2020?
I know more about my exes.
No, it came up in conversation the other day, and I'm like, "How have you never seen it? I've watched it like every year, Vacation." And she's like, "Yeah, no, I've always been like cleaning or doing laundry." I'm like, "Damn." And then I did know about
Make
a
it
Christmas.
Russ.
Okay,
La, la, la,
she
la,
hates
la,
A
la.
Christmas Story, but yet she bought it for me. So, you know,
Nice.
That's love right
that
there.
is love right
y'all.
there. That
Yeah.
is love right there. Talking about love,
WB.
how much do we think Wonder Woman 3 will do without the love of Patty Jenkins? because she is
I
out.
think it's in a lot better shape without her, especially now that we hear what went down behind the scenes and
Well, I
what
don't know
this
what
is probably going to be about.
Tell us. I know what it's probably was going to be about, Tom, but I didn't hear about like behind the scenes. All I heard was this: Steve was going to come back again through the Lazarus pit. Like, how many times is this guy going to be like reborn or brought back to life? Like every single Wonder Woman movie, I guess. But that is just ridiculous.
Whenever she's horny. Whenever she's horny, that's it.
Yeah, I wonder if that.
To go resurrect Steve.
Do you ever think that one guy, once Steve left his body, do you think he knew he got to have sex with Wonder Woman? Can you imagine having sex with her and not knowing it? That would suck.
I mean, yeah, you can't make a complaint or anything if you don't remember it. That's what I if you don't remember,
it's the ultimate Mickey.
Yeah, but you have to look at your trousers, your briefs, and realize something happens. You know,
something
what I mean?
happened.
Oh yeah, no, I've been roofied before. You build up a tolerance over time, though.
Yeah. Well, Tom, talk to us. What happened behind the scenes?
Well, evidently, Patty Jenkins turned in her treatment, and Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi said, "Yeah, this does not fit with what we're doing. We don't like it and we don't get it. Can you bring us something else back instead?" And she said, "Fuck you. I know everything. You don't." Walked out and then emailed Mike DeLuca the the definition of character arc.
Wow.
Wikipedia.
Yes, I saw that.
It was wiki.
Yes.
Wow.
The wiki version, no less.
She didn't even go dictionary or anything like that.
Yeah, not even a reputable place.
Right. After what we heard about that.
So they didn't even tell. So they didn't even
Dictionary.
fire. Yeah, not even Urban Dictionary. So they didn't even fire her, mind you, right? Like, they didn't say you were done. They didn't say you weren't going to direct. They didn't say anything. They just said, "Can you get us a different pitch?" And they were even going to let her have time to go rewrite a new pitch and come back. And she still stormed out, I guess. So in this respect, Script Doctor and a few others have posited, I think they're right. She was just trying to save face at this point, because if she gets fired, this is going to look bad for her, because she's gotten shit canned now from 2 projects recently.
Oh, what was
2
the other one?
very high profile projects. First of all, being Rogue Squadron. The second of all being Cleopatra. And when everybody was freaking out the other day, I said, no, there's no way Warner Brothers is just going to dump Gal Gadot. Now, they'll dump Patty Jenkins in a heartbeat, believe you me. Yeah. They sure as hell ain't going to let Gal Gadot go anywhere. And when she put out that tweet and Instagram post about, I was so happy that I got to play the part. I want to thank the fans. I can't wait to share her future with you guys. Like, all that told me was like something went down, and that means she's siding with Wonder Woman. And that's where I kind of put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, clearly Patty Jenkins walked, and Gal Gadot did not.
Yeah, I did. I actually saved her tweet because I thought that was kind of telling right there, where she says, "Can't wait to see where it goes." Like, she's not saying goodbye to it. It's Patty Jenkins' adios, but not her. She is definitely still wants to play the part.
Well, what else has she got going on?
That's true.
That's another problem, but yeah.
I mean, it made her. I mean, if you really think about it.
And I tried telling a few folks behind the scenes that were upset about this stuff, especially even those that are actually journalists themselves. I'm like, look, stop for a minute and think about this. Let's say you're a Hamada loyalist.
Mm-hmm.
What could you do? What could you put out in the press right now that would literally make every DC fan and even some feminists and SJWs all lose their mind all at once? By putting out there that not only is everything up in the air in jeopardy, Henry Cavill's not coming back, Jason Momoa's this, that, and the other, not going to be Aquaman, but maybe going to be Lobo, which is an actual rumor I did hear, but that's neither here nor there. But, and then also that, Gal Gadot's not coming back as Wonder Woman. Now, arguably, outside of Jason Momoa, the only one of these people who's made a movie that's made any money has been Gal Gadot. And if you don't count Wonder Woman 84, hey, Jane.
Hey, guys.
Jane
if you
is
don't-
primed. So I just want you to finish, Tom, and then we'll go with
I was
Jane.
gonna say, if you take away out of the equation Wonder Woman 84, because that came out during the pandemic and all that other business, so we'll
Right.
give that one a mulligan for now. And as long as you're getting rid of Patty Jenkins, I think a lot of fans would be on board with a third Wonder Woman film.
I'm with you,
It's
Tom.
It's a no-brainer. But
After her job in the first one, I think Gal became Wonder Woman. Even her in BVS. I felt like, wow, she looks powerful, not being a powerful looking woman. You know what I mean? Like, she's not what I expected Wonder Woman to look like, but I felt like she was Wonder Woman. So I think everyone's willing to give her a mulligan. But Patty Jenkins, no. What were you going to say, Jane? Thank you for coming on.
No, anytime. No, I was just gonna say it sounded like she came in to basically save face, because the line was that she had been fired,
Mm-hmm.
that she had been kicked to the curb, that nobody wanted her project, it was over for her. And then she comes out with this whole explanation through her people, I suppose, about how she walked out, and there was this whole back and forth, the whole conversation, where she's basically getting them told, and they don't know anything, they don't understand her. They don't understand where she's coming from. They don't understand the character, all of this. And then ending with this, they don't understand character arcs. And it's like, who are you with 5 or 6 films at best under your belt to talk this way to these people who have been doing this for decades? Like,
Yeah.
it's so insulting and unprofessional when, like you said, all they asked her to do was to come back with something that was in line with their vision, which that is her job. She works for them, not the other way around.
Right.
But she doesn't understand that that is part and parcel of the problem with these people in Hollywood. And I'm glad the WB is getting rid of them, however they're going about it.
Well, and it's funny because the only other movie, like actual movie she's done quite a bit of TV, if you want to even say that. But movie, I think the only other movie was Monster.
Well, that was her big claim to fame, and then
Right.
she went and had a kid, and she decided to do television, and like Wonder Woman was kind of her big comeback. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Gal Gadot. She says, a few years ago, it was announced that I was going to play Wonder Woman. I've been so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character. And more than anything, I'm grateful for you, the fans, which is nice to hear somebody even say that anymore. Can't wait to share her next chapter with you. So behind the scenes, all this is going on. She knows what's going on. And she's like, by the way,
sounds like to
I
me.
ain't involved. You're like, I'm sticking with the movie.
I just want to comment quick on what Jane's saying, because I normally would believe her that this is like a face-saving measure on Patty's part, but I think the face-saving measure happened when she just walked out the fucking door, is what I think happened, because at this point, you got to look at it where she's at. Like, I mean, she had a similar issue on, I was going to say Iron Man. It wasn't Iron Man. Thor, The Dark World. Her and Kevin Feige butt heads, and she walked.
Right.
So, like, to me, there's a pattern of that. That's the only reason I kind of believe that's the case, and I definitely believe she's somebody who's egotistical enough to send Mike DeLuca a fucking email with character arc
From
to
Wiki.
Wikipedia. Yeah.
I would,
But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, to me, it's kind of like, this sounds like a Karen move on her part, and I believe the leak that came out.
I'm surprised she didn't send one of those inspirational meme-looking things with usually has a quote. It's like, a character art is this. Something you see on her Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of the posters.
Right, yeah.
Right
Right
cat
next to the
hanging in
cat.
there.
Damn it.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that was said about it. I noticed from the article from the great Bounding Into Comics. And I love how she posted that on December 6th and it first reported by the Hollywood Reporter on December 7th that Jenkins was having the issues. So like that Gal Gadot got ahead of it, which was awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Usually this news has been pretty fast and furious compared to what we usually hear in Hollywood from them. And that's where, like, I was saying before, they're looking for a new leader. They're going to do a reset. It's going to be a 10-year plan. All those things came to be. I even said they were whining and dining James Gunn, but I personally didn't think he was going to take the job. I was just as floored as everybody else when he did.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't expect him to say yes. But certain things make sense in hindsight if you look back on it. I mean, but outside of
Like
that,
what?
like I've been telling. Well, first of all, I mean, he loves comic books, right?
Yes.
He knows his strengths and he knows his weaknesses. So he's not an egotistical director to where he's going to turn around and go, I'm going to direct Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman going forward.
Right.
None of that is in his wheelhouse. He knows that. But what he does understand is people, and he knows people who do have that in their wheelhouse. And also Warner Brothers was a sanctuary for him. And I think part of the reason he took the job was because Peter Safran, who's been his partner for almost 20 years now in the business, has a pretty good deal with Warner Brothers. And I think Safran said, I got your back. Just come on over. You'll handle the creative side. I'll handle the money and the bullshit side of things. You just only have to worry about, what you got to do, and that's it. And I think that was a way of talking him into it. And I think the other reason is when he got fired from Disney, Warner Brothers took him on. And not only did they take him on, they let him fail. See, and that's something that you normally don't, that you used to kind of hear from certain people in Hollywood, but not too often. Right. And that was when they would say, I was loyal to this person because not only were they there with me through thick and thin, they also allowed me to fail and still had my back. Because in Hollywood, it's a what have you done for me lately kind of place. And you're only as good as your last movie. And Suicide Squad failed miserably, but yet they still backed him up with Peacemaker, and it was a decent show for HBO Max. It did very well for them. And on that, built upon that and the knowledge that what he knows and what he has done with Guardians of the Galaxy and everything else, Suicide Squad is one of those things you can overlook and you can still say, this guy gets it. He's worked his way up to where he is. He's earned this, and this is his opportunity to shine. It's up to him now to fuck it up, basically.
Right.
I think he's been handling it perfectly because, as I've been saying for the last few weeks, nobody knows nothing but James Gunn right now. And what has he been coming out and swatting down all these scoopers with the last few weeks? I ain't even decided myself. Even he come down and called the Hollywood Reporter a fucking liar. Yeah. And said, part of that's true. Most of it isn't. Basically.
Hasn't come after you, though.
And I haven't figured it out yet. Well, and that was something pointed out by a couple of people. I'm like, why don't I get picked on by James Gunn?
It's probably because you're right.
You got to say something wrong first.
Because James Gunn will point out the people that are wrong. No matter how big of a following they have, he will go and say, no, you don't have this right. And what I love about James Gunn is exactly what you said. He knows his strengths, and he is talented in his strengths. And if he thinks, okay, I know this is the beauty of James Gunn. It's like the beginning first 3 phases of Marvel. They picked the right directors for the right projects when everybody was like, who's that? But when you go into phase 4, it was like, wait a minute, who's that? And they picked people that were totally not involved in any whatsoever with action or, superheroes. Dialogue, exactly.
I mean,
just the most
then they
random.
expected them to continue what Whedon had already set as a tone. They're like, no, you got to Whedon this shit up. Like, well,
that's exactly it. No, you're absolutely right. Whedon this shit up. You can write the story, but you have to have this, and this already built into your script.
Oh,
like
and
that's
don't worry
what
about
I've
your
heard.
action set piece. We've already done it for you.
Right. And we've heard that how many times? So to me, that has to be Bible by now. Like they already fit. All right, this is the action set piece. Oh, and if you want to get dramatic, you have to drop a joke right after. Like they just don't get it. And I think with James Gunn having full reign creatively at DC, I finally feel like DC might have something like, I'm sorry, I don't mind the Snyder verse. I actually enjoyed it somewhat, but a positive like Superman and the right type of Batman. Like I think James Gunn will nail that type of stuff.
I like him as the overall, the Kevin role rather than him because again, I enjoy his work and I enjoy every time he does some alien something takes over someone's body and now there are zombies everywhere kind of thing.
You mean when he does a movie?
Yeah.
We got 76 people watching right now. Thank you guys. Make sure you hit the like button. You guys are the best. I really appreciate it. Next week, I think, is when the strikes go away from my channel. Woohoo!
So,
oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's the 21st. Strikes are gone.
So you're welcome.
I might try to be monetized again. I don't know. But until then, you could.
I failed my monetization as well.
Oh, did they give it back or did they get rid of it? I know.
No. I applied for it, and then they said I was approved, and then within 20 minutes anymore.
There's
They took it back from wow.
Wow,
Can I say one thing?
That's grimy. Yeah, please.
One last thing about the DC and WB, that whole thing. It reminds me of whenever a team fires the head coach, but they had a quarterback they drafted maybe the year before, maybe 2 years. Especially if you look at Aaron Rodgers and McCarthy, there was issues there. They're not getting rid of the quarterback. It is way easier to get a head coach that can come in and at least get you to the next phase than it is to try to find a franchise quarterback. And I think they look at Gal Gadot as being that, I mean, not a Tom Brady, but
she's definitely in the upper tier.
No, I think Matt's right, because that's what I've been saying to people. Clearly, I mean, James even said he's going to build on what worked before and try and fix what didn't. And you have Henry Cavill just recently announcing that he's coming back as Superman and he can't wait to continue playing the role again. So that tells me exactly what I was telling everybody before. And then Zaslav kind of backed up in certain other interviews and at the earnings calls where he said, Superman is important to me. I'm a Superman fan. And I had heard he wanted Henry Cavill back, but if they couldn't get Henry Cavill back, he just wanted somebody who's going to be able to do it for the next 10 years. And that was when I first got the idea that there was going to be this 10-year plan. And of course, lo and behold, he came out and said, we got a 10-year plan we're going to work on. Because that's what he wanted. He wanted it all built upon that. Now,
and he also emphasized characters.
Yes.
Characters, not necessarily just the actors. And while I do think the actors are great, and I would love to see them all return, the reality is if the writing isn't good, it's not going to matter.
Right.
That's
Wonder Woman 84 sucked, and Gal couldn't save it. As much as we love her as Wonder Woman, it just, there's nothing she could do. So I think he needs to prioritize the story, which he said he would, prioritize the characters, as he said he would, and then cast appropriately and within your budget. And that way you can make money.
I agree 100%. It's just like what Quentin Tarantino just got through saying. The characters are bigger than the actors. I would like to see them clean house, actually. I feel like Zack Snyder had his day, the whole Snyderverse. I'm sorry for everybody out there who loves it and stuff. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it myself. It's a nice little, cute little time in history. Now I think it's time for DC to rise to its potential. DC has always been more, to me, fantasy, like magical. Marvel has always been more grounded, but DC is supposed to be a little bit more whimsical, I feel. So I feel like if James Gunn or any other breath of fresh air can come in and bring it back to what it's supposed to be, the fun of it, the excitement, the adventure of it, I'm all for it. And I was never really moved that much by Gal Gadot anyway. So to me, I think it would be great if they clean house.
I think we would have heard already.
If Fatal J crying from here, Mark. I can hear Fatal J crying from here with that comment.
No, here's the thing, though. Here's the ones I think that are safe. I think Henry Cavill's safe. I think Gal Gadot's safe. I think Jason Momoa's safe. He may not be safe as Aquaman, but he's still safe. Everybody else is up in the fucking air, though. And the only other one I would say who would be safe, but there's some personal issues going down from what I had heard, is Ben Affleck.
Right.
Because I had heard recently that there was some truth to that whole bringing him back deal, but he's having some issues with Ben Affleck's having issues with both J-Lo and with Matt Damon right now. Because all the problems this is what I've heard. So take this with a grain of salt. That all the problems that started way back when him and J-Lo were together are starting up again. And if you guys, I don't know if you heard, him and Matt Damon started up some new production company.
Right.
Matt Damon is already all pissed off because Matt Damon blames J-Lo for ruining their careers before. And now 2 months into the marriage, they're already on the rocks. So he's having issues with J-Lo and Matt. So I've been hearing that
Yoko alone.
What was that?
It's weird. It's weird how you put a broken lamp on a yard sale, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to bring that lamp back in, plug it up. You're like, why isn't it working? That's right, it's broken.
Well,
it's
when a lamp like that has such a fat ass,
bring it in.
Sometimes you got to give it a second chance.
Well, and he needs to learn its pros before J-Lo's.
A lot of people smack that fat ass, though.
Yeah.
He's acknowledged that he has his own issues, which could be affecting their relationship just like it did before.
Right.
It could be affecting his friendship as well. I mean, when you have this many problems with this many people, it could be you who is the problem.
Right.
And it sounds like he still has issues with substance abuse, depression, mental health,
Gambling.
Well,
what
he was
have
on
you.
pills and booze all day.
And I
So-
hate it because I was one of those people who was absolutely against his casting in the first
Same.
place. Like, I just could not see him in the role. I was so mad when I heard about it. And then when I saw him as Batman, I was sold.
And the worst part, Jane, is he was messed up while he was doing it.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, Batman's a broken man. So like, even I would love to see him clean and on his A game, but still be able to draw from that broken man that he is. I mean, Batman's an addict, dude.
Affleck could have been DC's Robert Downey Jr. You know, because
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was fucked up for a long time too.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you can draw on those demons and give it more substance to that character,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think,
But
I
they
think
also
Ben's
got
a-
him help.
Yeah,
They got him help, and I don't know that they were necessarily doing that with him.
I think Ben is a better director than an actor. I enjoy
Amazing
all,
director.
He's a great director.
Great, right? And so for me, what I think we missed out on that we don't even know is the movie directed by him, a Batman movie directed by Ben.
I was looking forward to that, man.
Because
That would have been great.
He said, "I can't do blockbusters,
Right.
but I want to do a Batman one. I want to do a Batman one like I would do a film, a blockbuster."
Right.
But
But he
what's
wanted
the
to do a
bankrupt?
detective
Yeah, like-
Batman, like a real detective
Yeah.
Batman. That would have been awesome.
and he had a I think someone said it was like a 90-minute, essentially a great 90 minutes written down what he wanted to do for a movie. And I think that would have been good if you could get like a 90-minute to a 2-hour thing for a Batman film. That's like a lower budget, level sort of character. I think that would have worked perfectly.
Yeah.
I think it would have
Instead,
taken some
we got
time to get
Madison,
used.
which is Tom's favorite Batman.
I think it would have taken. I think it would have. People would have to take a little time to get used to, Gotham with a Boston accent. But if you give it a chance, you're like, Fenway Park, what's that doing in Gotham?
You know what's the worst part is his Boston accent, even though he's from Boston, is terrible.
Sucks.
It's terrible, and he's from the area, which blows my mind. Larry for
How do you
$20.
like them apples?
Thank you, Larry. That's awesome. $20. Here's some monetization, Spork. Thank you so much, Larry. I love old school. I love my chat. You guys are the best. And also Zach for $2, just the tip. Get it? Just the tip. He tipped me $2, but he's talking about penis. Yeah, no. Cavill is out. You heard it here first.
No, I heard it Grace Randolph first.
Yeah,
Jay.
Jay. Jennifer Lawrence has said it first.
I'm gonna check with my source before I can confirm anything. Tom, what have you heard?
Yeah, right.
All seriousness, I'm still going off of what I heard before, and that's where I didn't necessarily say, yeah, he may have not signed on to anything yet, because I was told he wants to hear a pitch and he wants more creative control, but I was assuming that there was some goodwill there, or at least a movement towards it for him to do that announcement like he did. There has to be something to it. I mean, you're not going to have him go out there and get shit on again, because he'll never work for Warner Brothers again if they fuck him over this time.
You think it has something to do with what happened with The Witcher, why he may be going after having a little bit more say in what happens with his character?
Yes,
because
that and just the experience with Snyder. Yes.
Yeah, all right.
But he's been
I like
very
that. I'm
clear
happy.
on what happened there. I mean, for as long as he's been on it, he's been talking about this back and forth he's had with the showrunner over the character and over the character and over the story, and basically trying to maintain as close connection to that, or as much authenticity as possible. And it's always this sort of pull where he's the one who's fighting for the character and for the story as written, against these people who, as it came out later from other people who worked on the series, absolutely despise the character, despise the books and the author and the whole thing. So how can you work in that environment?
Even before, and they hated Gwent. Who hates Gwent? That's ridiculous. Even before season 2, there's like 3 Witcher fans that get that. Before season 2, he was even like, "Hey guys, you may, it was the Geralt's not going to be in it quite as much as what you're expecting." So he, even before season 2, he was kind of warning us. So sad.
No, it's not your whole thing. No, it was.
Yeah,
He
it
was.
It's not even just that. It's what they did to other characters. It's Siri, how they portrayed her.
They did
Even the
too much.
casting wasn't quite right. It threw a lot of
Right.
things off. But yeah.
The girl who played Yennefer, though, is hot.
She was
Just wanted to
supposed
throw that
be.
out there.
I prefer her when she was a hunchback.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it weird that
I
I was
had
more
a chance
attracted
when
to
she.
her?
See, if you started dating her when she was a hunchback, then she
Oh,
gets hot.
yeah.
She'll always remember you
Well,
loved
you
her as a
know-
You know what's
hunchback.
funny though? So many guys have said that. Like,
Well, you know, it's
Because
people
you
within the
can see it.
Hamada
Because you
regime
can
and
see
stuff
it.
that we're trying to paint Henry Cavill as problematic. And as we're learning, what they mean by problematic is that he gives a shit about the character.
yeah.
That's what it is. He's basically one of us,
Jerk.
right?
Right.
Like that's what they mean by that. Is he's stubborn.
He may be Kal-El. We don't know. I haven't checked his DNA.
I'm pretty
He could
sure
be
he's from
Superman.
another planet. I haven't. There's
Absolutely.
no man looks that good.
No, and I don't
He
even.
does.
And I've been saying this past couple days. I don't even think it's gay if you have sex with him. I think it's out of respect.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna tell the missus I'm changing my hall pass then.
Yeah, huh? Wow. Anyways,
Sorry,
Have you
Zoe
seen him
Saldana.
put a
you've
computer
been
together?
replaced.
well, let me ask you guys a question. Where do you think James Gunn's going to go with it? Is he going to go the Marvel route where he does the slow buildup, or like, because I mean that is the model.
Well, he
the
doesn't have a
MCU
10-year
model.
contract, right? He's got a
Right.
what is it, 4 or 5 year contract?
5, I believe.
So the first phase will probably be in that region there, and then from there they'll decide, is this working, is this not working, and then we'll see. We'll know it's working if they give him another 5-year extension or whatever. But him and everybody else, like we've all been saying, you got to remember, we're not even going to see any of James Gunn's stuff outside of what he's doing for HBO Max until after Blue Beetle. And Blue Beetle is kind of like a bridge. So
Right.
And Joker 2 doesn't really technically count in there, right? Like, but that's the first movie under the Zaslav regime is Joker 2. But so until then, we won't know. And that's the only other reason why I say he keeps saying it's going to be like a reset, not a complete reboot or a complete refresh. Because if they did that, then that means he would lose his characters too, which I'm sure he'd sacrifice them if he thought it was for the better of all the other characters. But I think he realizes how popular certain actors are, but he knows that the portrayals may not necessarily be the most popular. And that's where, we'll probably get a more traditional Superman. We already saw a little bit of that in Black Adam. He had the curl, and we got to hear the John Williams score and whatnot. So, I mean, that to me is hinting at a little bit more closer to what we're going to get. But you got some hot chick on the screen here, so I'm going to shut up.
Yeah, that's Yennefer. But here,
Yeah,
hold
see,
on.
one on the left, way better.
All right, so I'm going to show you. Yeah, there's Yennefer.
What the fuck is that on the left?
That's her
That looks like
hunchback
Emo
Yennefer.
Phillips.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I would like to clarify because Jane says something that bothered me, that there's other guys that have said that I was not being serious. I was just being mad. I can't speak for the rest of the people in the panel, but I was not. No.
so. You heard it here first. Mad loves hunchback Yennefer, and that's
And
fine.
Henry Cavill, apparently.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that is out of respect. That's entirely different.
I think you were serious.
I think you want this man, and that's fine. I mean, he's a
I guess I
handsome
get it.
gentleman.
Yes, if he asked you out, you'd be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I
And
would
you
ask-
would let everybody know.
Oh hell yeah! Are you kidding?
You
Oh,
would
if
let
he followed
everybody
me on
know.
That would-
Twitter.
If you did, it would look like you and Gina Carano, like badge sisters or brothers. How would that work? So
I don't know what you said, but I'll say this: I would ask my girlfriend if I could go out on a date with him first. All right, I'm not an asshole about it.
Well, that is nice of you.
Pretty sure she would give me the okay.
She would high five you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go for
Definitely.
it.
Definitely. You know what, man? You do you, bro.
Only
You
thing I
do
know how
you.
to do.
That.
Shit. You want to see what winning looks like? Check it out. I'm followed by Neil Breen on Twitter.
Oh, who's Neil Breen?
What?
I'm from maybe
One of the most
Spielberg.
visionary directors of our time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like what movies?
I am here now. Wait, I am here.
Wait,
dot,
wait,
dot,
no,
dot, now.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, I wanna make sure
Faithful
you said it right.
Findings, Twisted Pair. What was the one he did in Vegas? Well, they're all in Vegas.
They're all in
The
Vegas.
one he came down as Robot Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that?
Agreed.
Something... I can't remember. But
Does anybody think
only has 5 movies.
Avatar 2 will make $1.6 billion? Make.
Yeah.
He says make. Not even like generate, like make on top of what they've probably put out there. Is that what he means? Because 1.6 seems like a lot.
Globally, absolutely.
Yeah?
The biggest problem is because they're squeezing 2 films essentially for the length into one. Like it's over. It's a 3-hour film, so you're only going to get a certain amount per day. That's the thing that's going to hurt them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Jay just
Not
better
as
hope
much
that-
screen.
Jay just better hope that everybody doesn't decide they want to go see Megan or Puss in Boots instead.
Is there a
The
new
only
Puss in
reason
Boots?
I'm going to see it is because I will eventually have to talk about it on a stream. But
If you
I'm not
can get
going
a
alone.
ticket.
What Puss in Boots or
Yeah, it's a sequel with Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather see that. Look, Avatar was. I'm sorry. I think
amazing
it's one of
film.
those like people look back and think things are like better than they were. Avatar was amazing visually. The story sucked.
I didn't
I'm
think
I
so.
still don't know what the story was, and I don't.
It was
know what
about-
the
You're
story
gonna make
is with
drunk
this.
cry, you know.
Man bad, man real bad. Hippie blew things good, even though
I
they
think
still
you're
were vicious.
converting modern politics into a timeless story.
Timeless story, my ass.
Yeah.
It was
That's
all
what's
about
happening.
corporate greed versus hippies. That's what I saw when I saw the
Do
movie.
you see that in that? That's
And how
that's
the hell
really
does he live in a
into it.
fake body?
That's
Jane.
technology. That's science. That's science fiction. That's literally
science.
what the movie is.
So is his body dead? Like his human body gone, right?
Yes.
at the end
So
of the
now
movie,
he's
yeah.
only, and how is he? So they made the, okay,
Did
let me
watch
ask you
the
this.
movie?
Yeah, I did. And what I want to know is, okay, so they made these hybrid, things where you could get your
Avatars.
mind into it
Transfer your
with
consciousness.
sperm.
What?
Well, he had a baby. That's
Who
what's
did?
Avatar 2. He has a kid. So they
I
made
thought we were
these
talking
things
about
with
Wonder
sperm.
Woman 84.
That's pretty freaked out. That's disturbing, Jane.
Why
That
is
is
it
He
disturbing
disturbing.
to
identifies
have a
as-
fully
he
functioning
identifies-
body?
Wait a minute. If
That's
she
one of
did get
them.
pregnant in Wonder Woman 84, would it be Steve's kid or the other guy's kid?
Oh. I mean, it would be the other
Definitely
guy's
the other
kid.
guy. Yeah.
Where's Helen with the big fat butt?
That too.
Fern Gully. Have y'all not seen Fern Gully?
I don't think
No,
she should have a child with a human. She's a demigod.
I don't know. It's a good question. That's a very good question.
Well, I mean, Superman had a child with a woman, and
Yeah,
he's
but
a
he could control his sperm.
Yeah.
yeah, but like, yeah, she
He-
probably ripped
he's,
that
he's
dude's.
a blob and not a shooter, so it wasn't as dangerous.
That's a new power I haven't heard about. Superman. Oh yeah, no, he can control it. Kind of like if you had a little drone.
How does he have
Find
a
it in.
body that works?
He's
They're on
fucking
another
Superman.
I always imagine it would be a kryptonite cock ring or something too, but a small one, not small like that, obviously. But
I mean, he's Superman. It
thin.
can't be that.
Yeah, yeah, but thin though, so it's not too much kryptonite, but enough to where
What?
Yeah, but
Richard
would that make
Donner
the
is
kid
the
a
only
little-
one who got it right. In the
Cool.
original Richard Donner cut of Superman 2, he gives up his powers so they can be together.
How do you just give up things like that? What do you tell the son? Son, don't give me any more powers.
No,
We're
he
done."
went into the
Little
chamber his
chamber.
dad
The
made.
booth.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
I didn't know
live
his
among
dad.
them, you must be one of them.
I didn't know his dad conveniently made a chamber so if he ever wanted to have a
If you
baby,
do
he could
this,
get rid of his power.
It's irreversible. So
for
there's
the
one
first
way.
act.
That's why I give
And
up
just
on my
like a
power.
woman, when he gave all that up, she didn't want him anymore.
Right.
You
Right?
didn't even look at him the same way.
No, he was
No,
weak.
he got
After he
a-
got his
That'd
ass
That'd be a lesson
kicked.
to you fellas.
Couldn't even win
Never
a
give
bar
up who
fight.
you are.
Yeah.
When no, it wasn't even a bar fight. It was
No,
a
you
diner
shouldn't be your
fight.
authentic
He got his
self.
ass
Fight,
kicked.
then, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, Superman. At least take Taekwondo while you're super. And then when you know,
Now,
then
be fair. She goes, I want the man I fell in love with, not Superman. And he goes, yeah, I wish he was here.
yeah, because she fell in love with Superman.
She wanted that super D.
Think about it. When he was just
Smudgy.
Clark Kent, he was a guy that, come on, Clark. But when Superman was like, you got pink undies on, she was like, ah.
Well, Clark wasn't really who he was either.
True.
Or maybe he was. Maybe that's the
I mean-
real.
A journalist that has all that misinformation, I'm not surprised.
I know. I'm just kidding about the whole losing power thing. I have no idea if that's
Oh,
a
really?
thing.
Oh, I believed you 100%.
Hey,
I
talking
think-
about
It
DC,
is
are
in
we
the
going to see
movie,
this
but I don't know about
Supergirl?
the comics.
Tom, are we going to see that Supergirl?
She's still supposedly in the film, but it doesn't. They don't have the. They're supposed. I don't think they're gonna go with the erasing ending unless there's something that blows right the fuck up between now and then. But
I can't believe we haven't got the Batgirl yet. How has it not been leaked?
Oh, hasn't told you yet. Oh, it's never gonna get leaked, man.
Come on, we got a Christmas Star Wars.
You know where that
Christmas story,
sumbitch is
Fantastic
right
Four?
now? You know where that sumbitch is right now? That sumbitch is sitting in some lawyer's vault. They were smart enough to pull it from the servers before the directors could get their hands on it.
Really? Oh, I know they were
Yes.
fighting to have the access to it or whatever. Some of the people that worked on
Remember that? Yeah, that means they were
Yeah.
smart enough to get it off, because what they do is they have like a server and where all this stuff is held.
Yeah.
So they took it off of there already. So it's probably sitting in some lawyer's vault, because if that thing ever gets out, that could cause issues for the tax break they got.
It would make so many new YouTubers. So, oh man, the content that you could get out of it.
I'm not saying
God,
it
it's
never
be
will,
amazing.
but you know.
If it gets out, what you do is if you ever get the copy of it, you release it in 1 minute shorts, like one every day.
Grant's already
Don't listen to Grant. Do not listen to Grant. Don't listen to Grant about minute shorts.
That'd be in the worst aspect ratio too, Grant.
Seems fitting for the movie, actually.
It would
let
be
me ask
for
you a
like
question.
Snyder's. That's how he should have released the Justice League movie.
You really don't think that movie will get leaked out somehow?
I think scenes may eventually leak out, but that's just because I think Warner was smart enough to pull it from the servers before anybody else knew that it was going to get canned.
Okay.
And maybe, just maybe, there's some incidental scenes that were floating around that somebody may have saved on a hard drive if they were working on like a CGI shot or something like that.
Yeah, so
maybe
DC, make sure you steal as much footage as possible.
That's
saying.
That's what Tom's saying.
Well,
even if you think a movie's going to make
that,
it, steal it.
Yeah,
Lord
he's not suggesting
Baratheon.
it, but he's not suggesting it.
Well, Lord Baratheon, great name. Thank you, sir. When do you guys think DC will start to eclipse Marvel? And Lord Baratheon, we're also going to talk about George R.R. Martin in a few minutes because he's 500 pages away.
He's the thing,
shit.
at the moment.
Well, and just to
God.
finish the thought on that, the only reason I say
Never
that is
gonna
because I
happen.
think if somebody had already had a copy, it'd have got out by now.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
know.
Exactly.
When will
If
DC
doesn't-
eclipse
if
Marvel?
DC doesn't make a single film for the next 5 years, they've already passed where Marvel is at the moment.
Yeah, Phase 4 was terrible.
Grant's got a point. As long as they don't spend any money, then their chances are they'll be in a better place.
Yeah, eclipsing Marvel now is nothing to brag about.
Right.
Eclipsing Marvel, like years
5
back?
years ago.
That would have been a challenge. But now it's not really saying anything. Marvel is eclipsing itself right now.
See, the problem with Marvel is it's okay to replace like the legacy characters, but you don't replace them with, gender twist of the same character who's going to be better than the original. You replace them with new characters, completely new characters. I don't need another Tony Stark. I don't need another Black Panther. I don't replace them with new characters. Marvel has a shit ton. Why replace them with the same exact character, but just now it's a female? I just don't understand what Marvel was thinking.
It's like photocopying someone's homework, but you've done it 1,000 times. Similar, but it's really messed up.
Well, they were thinking that they wanted to introduce new female heroes. They just didn't think that people would be upset with them making girl versions of male characters, as opposed to going deep into the vault of outstanding female characters that they have, and making those
Jane,
into
there was
icons.
no female characters before Hunger Games.
That's true.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is Jennifer Lawrence hasn't told them all how to write female characters yet.
Right.
And then
I mean,
maybe they'd get it right.
Before her version of Mystique.
Jane, I don't even know if you existed before 2012.
I know.
Right.
It's just ridiculous.
Before her Mystique, there was none. The last couple of movies have kind of been flops for DC, but now you got James Gunn. They're going in a completely different, a different direction. I think
They've
James
referred to
Gunn
it as
will
a
bring
reset,
fun back.
so.
Yeah, I know DC wanted to be like the dark Marvel, but I also think James Gunn will bring fun back to some of the characters.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad to hear Mark say what he said earlier, because a lot of people disagree with me, and it's like I think they're thinking of modern shit, because I'm like, DC used to be the more fantastical of the two. Marvel was always grounded and set in New York. That was the difference. Is Stan Lee wanted to make sure everything felt like it was real world, real this. Like DC was always set in cities that didn't exist. You had a lot of aliens and magic and all kinds of other crazy shit in it all the time.
Right.
And it really, like, I agree with him. Now, I'm not saying it all has to be kiddie, but one of my biggest complaints is when Man of Steel came out. At the time, the woman I was dating, she had a 7-year-old, and I pretty much raised this kid from the time he was 2. He was a huge Superman fan as far as like Christopher Reeve and the cartoons and all that stuff. So to me, it was kind of like this rite of passage. We're geared up to go see Man of Steel, and he freaked out and got scared within the first few minutes because of how loud and obnoxious the shit on fucking Krypton is. And then after we left, they gave us tickets to come back the next day. So, girlfriend and I went and saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad we didn't sit through this whole thing. I really didn't want him to see that last half of that movie the way it was. Like,
right.
There's no way that this kid would have been able to handle that shit. And again, I'm not saying everything has to be for 7-year-olds, but I'm sorry. You should be able to take a kid to a fucking Superman movie and not have to worry about that kind of crap.
Definitely
it's
Superman
not Batman.
movie.
It's not, it's not some of these harsher characters, even Wolverine or what have you, to where you can kind of imagine they're going to have a bit of an edge.
Right. No, Superman is G. I'm sorry. He really is. He is the
worst PG with some flirting, right?
Yeah, like, PG with some flirting. Yeah. Yeah. Just on the cusp, maybe almost PG-13, but not there yet. Like,
he's Superman, Superman is, so that means he's got super sight, super breath, super hearing, super fat. Like, it's G-rated, man.
Yeah.
That's just,
he has a wholesome nature. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a Boy Scout.
Yep. He's, you know what? And also, like, to me, like a Spider-Man movie, any kid should be able to watch. And for the most part, they've been that way.
Except that Peter Parker is a tortured person,
I get
so
that.
So it's like, unlike Superman, who's really, like, there's nothing going on. I mean, there could be, but that would be a reimagining. But with Peter Parker, what you see is what you get. It's a kid who's tortured by what he didn't do. For his uncle and the burden now that he's got.
Well, I mean, what about the loss of his dad messed up Superman? I mean, even in the comics,
what I'm saying is what the difference is with the Man of Steel. They took a page from Spider-Man. They inserted a Spider-Man sort of story with it.
It's his fault his dad died.
Yes, the initial one was, even with all my powers, I wasn't able to save him. It wasn't a guilt. There was a strive to be better. With the Snyderverse one, they added that guilt. That could have done it, but he didn't. That's the main difference between that one moment changed the entire Snyderverse, and that was the direction that they went with. It's not necessarily what people like, but I think it fit within the narrative. And yes, a Superman story and comic book story should be able to be seen with kids. If they toned a few things down in that film, I think it would have been fine. But I was completely fine with the way in which it went.
Well, my biggest issue was the way that the Kents were handled. That's where the core of the issue is, because in the original stories and in the original film and pretty much every other iteration, it's pretty much handled in that sense that through the Kents he learns humility.
Yep.
He's like, every time I grab a football, I can get a touchdown every time. And he's like, I know you're here for a reason, son, and it sure as hell isn't to get touchdowns. And then, like, you're right, exactly, Grant. Like, in all his powers that he has, there's nothing he could do. So that's a lesson that Superman learns.
Right.
That there's some things he's not going to be able to do anything about.
He's not God.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He could have, right? He could have saved his father.
Not the original.
In Man of Steel, yes.
In Man of Steel, he could have, and
that's where I say, I don't care how you kill Dad, as long as it's a natural occurrence that Superman cannot stop.
Right.
Because that's the whole point of that lesson, is that
they added him in that's what shaped the entire universe. Was that one scene from there changed the entire landscape.
It turned him into Spider-Man. You're absolutely right, Grant. It turned him into, he could have saved his dad, but he decided not to.
The stupid fucking scene where he saves the kids and
he's decide that he wasn't. He did what his dad wanted him to do.
Yeah, there's that, but not.
You still made a decision.
The bigger problem is the scene where his dad is like, "Well, should I save the kids?" He's like, "I don't know." It's like, no, that is not the lesson you teach Superman. Like, what the fuck is that?
Unless you just hate your parent. Unless you just hate your parent, there is no kid anywhere who's going to sit there who can save his parent's life and not do it.
Even though his dad's
not going to happen. That's not honest at all.
Sacrifice.
What was that?
It was his father's sacrifice.
He
And
could have
For
saved
what,
him
though?
quicker, though, Jane,
But-
than
but
anybody could have
just-
seen.
Just on instinct, you're not going to let your father die or
No.
your mother.
That's
No,
the thing, is
it's
it
not.
made no sense. It wasn't for any real good reason either.
Right.
Like,
He could have waited till the tornado touched his dad, grabbed him, brought him 30 miles away, and made up a story that the tornado picked him up and took him that far. That's how
Landed
quick
him in a
Superman
tree.
is. You,
That-
you
that
know what
was
I
a
mean? Like,
little more of a stretch. I mean, he could have just laser eyed all of them. Fuck 'em. You know,
I don't need these fuckers.
just kill everybody.
Well, and that's
No
why
witness.
I wish,
We
and
know
Sonic
this.
tried to make up for it in BVS because he has that flashback scene or whatever. I'm like, where was this scene in the first movie? Because this is actually one of the few lessons that Superman does need to learn, and that is that everything you do could have consequences down the road. Right? That's
Right.
a good Pa Kent story there. It's
Yep.
like, where the fuck was this Pa Kent in the first movie? Like,
Yeah, the first Pa Kent was like, you should have let all the kids drown. That,
fuck
like,
'em.
you're right.
Shoot him with your goddamn laser beams.
You know,
I'm just
now
saying,
they
that is
think
an
you're a
easier
Jesus
thing to get
Christ
away with.
superstar.
that's easier to get away with than actually this tornado picked my father up and
No.
sent him 30 miles and he
What
lived.
I'm saying is, it's just, yeah, you could have laser beamed him. I mean, everybody died because the fucking tornado cut him in half, right?
That is not how you raise
burn them
Superman.
to where they don't even at the atomic level. They don't exist. Who are you talking about? These people. I don't care if you got Christmas albums with their
Steve,
pictures and shit.
Steve,
we
you know the
mentioned
guy who
Superman.
grew up next to you? Yeah, I don't remember him.
The
Sorry.
real life Clark Kent shows up, Mr. Script Doctor himself. He smells it when you're talking Superman.
Jump on,
No,
script.
it's like the Gwen Stacy death. The Gwen Stacy death tears my heart out every time I
Yep.
think about it. You know what I mean? It's like you got to give him something like that
Yep.
that will forever redefine his life. That was not that.
Right. No, that was, you made a decision because your dad went,
No.
Oh, okay,
Nope,
so
I
if
don't care
his
what you
neck
say.
got snapped, it would be better.
Yeah.
Got it.
no, but think
No,
about,
you don't sit and watch your parent get killed. bro.
and then
That's
think
just not
about
honest.
how they did a great job in the new Spider-Man when he saves Spider-Man's girlfriend with the same move pretty much, but he designs the fall differently so it doesn't snap. Like, they really thought that movie out. And when he's like, "Are you okay?" Dude, that got me in the feels.
It
That
did.
got me in the
I needed
feels,
to see
man.
that. I needed to see that because I
Oh.
was traumatized by what happened, with the original.
Yep.
When
just
I
didn't
read that,
how
I was
they
like,
played
I
it
just
out.
can't-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough. Real quick, Neil for $5 says, you have a great show here. Thank you, sir. Sorry it took so long to donate. Never be sorry. But I knocked my laptop off the desk again and had to repair it first. That is more important. I will go with that.
Well,
Also,
I
I
mean,
resigned
wait.
today as president of the bank.
The bank, yeah, he
I'll-
was
I'll-
the president of the bank for a while, so he does have a history with being very. I'm not going to say neglectful. I don't want you to say neglect. You're a little rough with laptops, especially when you're holding like thick novels.
Yep.
You're
So,
you're
yeah.
no brain. Do what you want. Also, this isn't my channel. I know I'm the one that's mostly on here on the streams, but thank you anyways, Neil. We appreciate it.
Wow. Geez, you're really digging deep. Oh, I was with Adam today, so I could be a dick. Like, just calm the
What?
fuck down,
Dude,
okay?
Neil
I'm
Breen-
the
Neil
YouTuber's
Breen-
YouTuber.
That you don't even have a theme song. Also, Neil Breen, that having him follow me blew out anything else. I'm like, Adam.
It is
who?
true. I did
Neil
help write him
Breen.
a theme song.
Yeah,
I mean, Neil is the
Every-
man.
Every superhero needs his theme music.
Neil,
Can I still quote him?
I
But
need
they
a.
say
I
reigning
need
is the Mad King comes with no ease. So
bitches. Sons of a bitches. All right. Anyways, I wanted to touch on before we get to Boba Fett finally being a man. Jane, you must have seen George admit that he has 500 more pages to go. Pretty much. What do you think about that?
Oh my god. I don't understand why he's not working more diligently to get it done.
Yeah.
It's just
he's young. He's got all the time in the world. Jane, don't worry.
I don't know what he means either by 500 pages because he writes
Oh,
more than
Yes.
he needs for anything. So he could very well have a book completed, but it's just continuing to write for some reason.
I wonder if he means 500 more manuscript pages because, I guess it's 1,500 or 15,000 words. Is he saying pages or words? He's saying pages, right?
10 pages. And the
That's
thing is,
insane.
this is including, according to him, that he went back and edited the released chapters we've already read.
Wait, he
sounds
changed
to me.
Forsaken?
Yes, he changed everything.
Oh, dude,
To
that was
me,
like
it
the
sounds
best passage he's ever written.
Oh
To
no,
me, it
like
sounds
yes.
more like it sounds more like someone was like, "Hey, how close are you to finishing? 500 pages."
Yeah, like put it this way, the oh shit, now I'm forgetting his name. The
George
priest.
R.R. Martin.
The drowned god
R.R.
priest.
Martin.
No, the drowned god priest. Aaron Greyjoy, right? His chapter for the Winds of Winter is probably the best chapter George has ever written.
Oh, yeah.
They're tripping
I
balls. It's just
literally
insane.
just said
Yeah.
that.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's a great point. I wish I didn't make it.
Yeah, I know. You should really try harder.
Rewritten everything, so we have to count that in.
Right.
And in terms of new pages, of new material, he probably does have, I believe he has a book finished. I genuinely believe that.
So does Brian.
But he's not going to stop writing until it's done, which is fine. Which is fine. But you need to write and not work on all these other projects.
I
Well,
mean,
Tina says he's adding 500 pages to an existing. I thought they said 1,200, but she's saying 1,700 pages. How can that still be one book? It can't. It can't. Like a manuscript is always larger, and then they cut it down a bit. But like, that's way
But where
bigger
does
than any of his books.
Where did the
Is he gonna
1700 come
split
from?
is he gonna
It
split
was
this up
1,200.
like he did the other books?
What?
Is he going to split this up like he did the other books?
Some people are saying yes. They're like.
So,
So now it's
in
no
other words-
longer
so in other words,
7.
you got-
It's going to be 8 books.
I don't
8 books.
I don't
We're
think
always
we
going to be waiting for
know-
7 books.
I don't think we know
no matter
for
what
sure
year
how
it
much
is.
he's completed so far.
So you think
I'm
it's
sure he
it's
has
bullshit?
a synopsis.
It's he has the outline.
I
I think
mean,
he has. If he hasn't done a whole book, I think he has very close to that. I think he's done more than we know,
Yeah.
but he's still constantly writing and editing, and that's what's taking so long. Plus, he has all these other projects
Yeah.
he's working on
Oh yeah, a shit
for no
ton.
reason.
What's his longest book? Is it Dance with Dragons?
yes.
We'll just say that. So I'm going to tell you how long a Dance with Dragons is right now. Take
Man, if
out.
only there was some way to
897 pages.
It
you could
is
search. Be like, dear Google, how long is
959 pages. So even if he has the
500
1,200 pages plus needs 500 more, how does that
Right, that's
come down to one book? You're right. That has to be more than one book.
I again, I think he's making these numbers up. And Scott, I think it's time. Just let him be. He's almost out of here. Let him. He doesn't want to write this shit. Obviously, his motivation to write it was killed with season 8 or whatever.
No.
He's done.
No.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done because he's been writing the book. Like I believe him that he's written a good bit.
He's
I
not
just-
done writing because he's literally writing for every other series that's ever been existed right now.
I mean, yeah, he really. I'm just, Scott, just let him be, man. You
No,
got
I'm not.
your
No.
power books or whatever.
No,
This is not
don't
gonna
you?
happen.
Don't
better
you?
hope I never meet him in person.
I was like, oh, I think he's
Probably
going
in jail. This is insane.
Like Brian's asking, do you think Gurm is almost done with the Winds of Winter? I think yeah and no. I think he could be done. Does he want to be done? I don't think he does.
Well, he said this was going to be his biggest book ever, right? Didn't he?
Yes.
So we don't even know what to expect. I mean, everybody's basing it based on what he's done before. We don't know.
No.
I feel so bad
and
for
Larry,
you
he's
guys.
not going to play the identity politics game. He won't. His books,
No.
he won't.
His books are a little too
Rapey.
Well, but they were though. He has to see the climate. It either he is going to self censor or he's going. Do I want to do this? Do I want to put myself out there and write the way I write and have some dum from Twitter be like, oh, you can't say those words, or oh, why do you do this? Why are women whatever? He's not going to want to put up with that.
I think
He
we've seen
won't.
in House of the Dragon that you can clearly see his imprint on that.
Yes.
And it's not, what we expected. I mean, there was some work elements in there. But it wasn't, what I think the woke sort of leftist part of Hollywood wanted or expected.
Right.
So he's clearly willing to do his own thing.
Well, I think he did placate them a little bit, Jane. If he was any part of the let the women build up characters that people will like before we show them how evil they really are. You know what I mean? Because in the book, they're just pieces of shit.
Evil from the start.
But
Yeah.
Remember my theory about how everyone that works on the show acts like as though they have no idea what it is that it's about, as if somebody else, there's a ghost writer,
Yeah.
like it was a Tom Clancy novel. What if George R.R. Martin himself is that ghost writer, which is why you see that imprint from him.
It explains why the focus on making Daemon a better character, because he always said Daemon was his favorite character. He just wished that he did more with him.
Right.
So I mean that makes sense.
Right.
So you're saying you think he's the screenwriter?
I think he's the ghostwriter. Everybody else is going to get credit for it, the writers. But if you ever watch their interviews, they have no idea what's happening in the story.
His head's not on fire.
They have no idea what they're. Whenever they do the interviews, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
No, you have a valid point. After the episode, George may have written it, and they're like, I think we meant to say. They have no clue.
If he did that,
wow,
man,
wow,
heard it here first. That's a scoop.
That is a scoop on Sporking News. Thank you for being here.
I want to check with my source. Tom, look into that, please.
Yeah. And Larry, I don't think Gurm is scared to release rapey stories because he has defended them in the past, even up till recent. And he says in history, this is how women were treated. And this is like a medieval story. Like this is just part of what happens.
He
started as a TV writer
on everything.
Yes.
In the 80s, he started as a TV writer. He did Beauty and the Beast.
He did books first, and then he went into Hollywood.
Yes, but he was on TV, and I came up with that all on my own. I don't even look at the chat.
He didn't even have to Google it a minute ago.
Sure you did. Yeah.
Or the chat. What he needs to do for this new book is in the first chapter, he needs to kill off Bran. That'll set a new completely different tone to the TV series.
That would be so awesome if he actually did that, but Bran's too involved.
Except this time he falls out of a window in his chair. It'll be this sweet.
Not even Bran. Just don't bring back John.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, actually, bring him back as the Night King.
You want it? You want to? No, just don't bring him back at all.
To do what?
That would just change the story altogether compared to the show.
That would be terrible.
You never know.
Well, we need someone to.
Or Danny dies crossing the ocean.
Now that's something he would do. She never makes it to the Westeros.
She could see like Dragonstone, and she just drowns.
I think we're all on board for that.
That would be awesome.
She didn't see the water.
And Aegon is actually a Targaryen. He's king.
The water didn't forget about her, man.
Oh my God! I'll write it for you, George. Let's do this together. Let's do this together.
Ned Stark doesn't get beheaded. Let's go all the way.
Yeah. Actually, Ned never died. He actually jumped into the bird that flew above him, and now he's going to be back into his body sewn on.
He was looking at it.
And he was mumbling some stuff. So a lot of people believe a lot of people believe he's living his second life in a bird. I like to think that too.
Me too.
Joffrey lives.
Yes.
God, I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
He lives to get choked to death by hands by his mother.
Or Lady Stoneheart.
Oh, Lady Stoneheart is the queen at the end of the show, at the end of the book, and everybody dies. Okay, so we're gonna move on from that, but I do want to bring up this article right here because I found this to be a little funny in my view. I can never say his name. Tamora Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he laminates. You know what I'm trying to say. Boba Fett's. Yeah, laments. Thank you, Jane. I like to laminate things. Yeah, he laminated a series of photos. Boba Fett's depiction in Disney Plus series. I think it's time to get him back to his badass ways. So, like, I love just when people turn on, these platforms that really did a terrible job.
He has the ability as an actor to play someone absolutely ruthless. Have you ever seen Once Were Warriors? You will see him at his most cruel and hardcore, and also in essentially like Boba Fett, he has his very strict code that he abides by, and people are scared shitless of him. And he could play that character essentially again with this, but what they gave him was was terrible.
No argument there.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to argue with that.
Preaching to the choir.
Yeah. I
No.
mean, it was terrible what they did to him in, his own show, which half of it wasn't even his.
Yeah.
Well, no. In all fairness, it was only a third that wasn't his. So
Yeah. Well, and somebody said it in the chat. He did say this last year. The actor told the outlet following the conclusion of the first season of Book of Boba Fett, we got to bring him back somewhere. We've got to see the old Boba Fett. Yeah, like this new monk-like Boba Fett sucked.
But have they been
Yeah.
paying attention? I mean, how many people have to tell you that they're not going to do it? Disney has their own vision and they're not changing. At least it doesn't look like it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
was that Pete Davidson on this? Oh, never mind. That was
basketball player we gave,
No.
one of the biggest murderers in the world. We swapped her for because she smoked pot. That was awesome.
I'm arrested.
Huh? What'd you say?
I don't know. Like, people have a problem with that. I don't, because
I
as an
completely do.
American, if I'm overseas and I travel quite a bit, I want to be traded back.
We still have a
I get
Marine
caught,
in Russia.
arrested, set up, or anything else. I don't care.
We
I
still
wanna
have a
be traded
Marine
back.
arrested, and she decided to smoke pot in Russia. Get the Marine out first if you're going to swap over a guy who's now going to fund the Russians with military weapons to destroy whatever.
I'm sure
Dude,
they're
they left him there
trying
for
to
a
get him
reason.
back.
So
They can't make him turn him over.
Yeah.
it could be worse. Like, I don't know if he's know much about the Bali bombings that happened in 2002. There's 200 people were killed. The guy who built all the bombs and set everything up just got released from prison.
Well, 200 people.
He served 18 days per death.
Yeah. That's
Man.
That's impressive. Is that in Australia?
No, in
Where
Bali.
was he again?
Where he was in Bali.
Bali. Yeah.
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 Sorry,
Bali. Back to the fake world. He then declared, we reintroduced him. We found out some stuff, but I think it's time to get him back to his badass ways. No two ways around that. So I think we sort of have that scoop to go back there. But that's out of my control. I'll just see what happens. Do you guys think they will bring back the badass Boba Fett, or will we keep seeing Monk Fett?
Hell no.
They won't be bringing him back.
No?
Nope.
He's too toxic masculine to do that.
That's what the chick is for. What's her name?
Yeah.
She's there to be the badass.
Channing Tatum, whatever her name is.
Yeah, whatever. She was awesome on she's a badass in every role she has. I mean, the Marvel show she was on, she was a badass. She was a weapon. And she's a weapon in this show. I didn't know there was a teaser trailer for The Mandalorian.
She was the cavalry. So
this is a season 3 teaser.
This is the one that you saved? You are as its father. A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then?
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
Are they going for Squid Game? They're almost trying to do a Squid Game ending with that audio.
I can't wait for Squid Game. Why do sometimes trailers always get me like, wow, that's going to be awesome. And I know it's not.
Looks boring.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a long him being blamed for everything. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't really show anything to pull you in there.
Yeah. I think Raging, though, I did see Raging do a thing, how much he loves The Mandalorian, and how he wants everybody to give it a chance. That's what I was told.
Dude, if you
sounds
think
about
he loves
right.
it, you should see his reviews on Andor. I've never seen a guy simp so hard for Disney.
Oh, I know. It's like, yo, Raging, I know you want to be part of the whole Star Wars world, but Andor wasn't that good. Stop. Stop. And he's just like, oh.
Star Wars Theory Light at the moment.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Andor's so handsome, and it's the best show. And I'm like, yo, Raging, chill. Whew. Check out his channel, guys, if you want to be a simp. What? I love him. I don't know. Do you guys want to get into the Twitter files at all?
Before you do, I'm going to check out, guys.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Tom.
I'm going to head off too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, everybody leave. Tom, my scooper, thank you for being here. Always help
scooper?
out. Yeah, no, you are the scoop. Anytime I say I have a scoop, it's really I just ripped you off.
I don't know about that. I've known a few things about DC lately. That's about it.
Well, I appreciate you being here as always, man. Thank you so much, Tom. Anything going on? You're going to be doing any radio?
I have no idea what's happening in my life.
I haven't been getting up so early, so I've been missing live radio, and I can't stand it because your radio shows have been kicking ass lately.
You never know when I might pop up.
Do a Christmas one. Again.
Oh, I will. All right. Take care,
All right, man.
kids.
Thanks,
for
Tom.
having me. Later.
Oh, thank you for subbing, Arthur Godoshian. Don't unsub because I said your name wrong. That's awesome. Thank you. Mr. Grant Gregory, you got to go?
Yeah, I actually promised I was going to be on another stream.
Oh, why don't you tell everyone what it is?
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't want to tell everyone about Jacob's stream when we're watching from Society of Views. I'm not going to say anything like that.
Oh, you could blast Jacob out there. I love Jacob.
So,
Society, make sure you share the link because we're not going to be going much longer because I got to work tomorrow anyways. So blast the link out because everybody should check out Jacob.
Yeah, no, it's cool because he's a big mixed martial arts and combat sport.
And he's a big guy.
I wouldn't. Know.
I did. I stood next to him. He's big.
You were looking down. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about.
No. Whoa.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa.
He's black, so it makes sense.
Okay.
So,
Goodbye.
Yeah.
I did want to get. I love you, Grant. Jane, I wanted to get your views. Have you been following any of the Twitter files stuff?
No.
No. See, I think it's. I find it riveting.
It has something to do with
shadow banning.
Crackhead kid.
Huh?
It had to do with Biden's crackhead kid. I heard about that.
Not really. It's they're showing how when they were telling us they weren't shadow banning and leaning more to the left and shadow banning the right during the last couple of years.
But I mean,
shocking.
We were doing that.
That's the whole thing. It's like shocking they were.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute.
I'm not
Alkalite.
shocked or surprised.
No. Are they still making this movie or show? I thought they were done with that.
Yeah, they put a couple of pictures up this week.
They did? All right, I'm going to have to take a look. Hold on. Screw the Twitter files. It's not that type of night. Let's take a look at
it's just telling us what we already knew.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
They need to get us an edit button. Can we do that?
That'd be nice already.
I thought they did for like people with the blue check mark.
Pay bucks a month.
Yeah, well, first of all, you can only do it if you have an iPhone, I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I tried looking at it and it wouldn't even let me look at it. You have to have iOS, and isn't that iPhone?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, let's see these leaked pics.
I agree with little Chad. KK isn't gonna let that one go. I think that's like their principal thing that they really want to get released. What's so funny about it is that it could be good in concept, but they're gonna screw it up.
Right. Well, this is saying that it's an Andor-esque type setting. So
Well, there you go.
there you go, right there.
I can believe that, but look what happened to Andor.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
it turned out a lot of people say it's good, and yet nobody's watching it.
Yeah. I got to be honest, I didn't mind Andor. I just thought it was really slow. But like there was one scene okay, let me rephrase that. There was one scene I really liked, and it was like at the funeral of somebody where like their hologram came up and told people to like actually fight the, you know, be a rebellion pretty much. And that was the only part where I was like, wow, this feels powerful. But other than that, I didn't really, it was very slow.
It was painfully boring.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
painfully. And I tried. I mean, clearly the writing, there's a more of an effort at writing on this one than you got with any of the previous series.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a bunch of yap. Nothing's really going on. You don't care about anybody.
Right.
So yeah, man, I fell asleep many times trying to watch it. Then I just gave up.
It was tough. Oh, so these are this is all we got? I see scaffolding. And, it's in a desert.
There's a star in it.
There's some desert stuff. So that's awesome.
I saw a picture of some guy standing around in Jedi garb.
Oh, really?
Amandla Steinberg.
Amandla Steinberg?
Yeah.
What, on like Twitter or something like that?
I was going to say the same thing.
Wait a minute. What are we
She's
talking
the
about?
actress in this show or whatever.
Okay. And she's in garb?
Hmm?
I'm trying to find out where these leaks are. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know if she's in the leak.
Oh, okay.
Because she was cast to be in it.
Just a mere picture of Andor just had me nod out just for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, God, there it is.
Yeah, there's that beard.
I can't believe when they saw Rogue One, they were like, you know what? We need that Andor character. We need to give him a series. Everyone seems
of
to
all
love
people.
Him.
Damn.
Bro, they had it right there, man. The story between Donnie Yen and his bro, and how different they are after what happened, but they're still bros because, you know, they're bros. That, I would love to see a series about them, you know, just on adventures and shit.
I was looking forward to Andor. I thought, how can you mess it up?
Right.
Because you had Rogue One, which I liked. So I'm like, just follow that same script. Like, can't you just do that again? But no, apparently
it's crazy that the weakest part of Rogue One was the main character. I didn't care anything about her.
I liked it.
I liked everything.
I liked Rogue One. I thought it was the best Disney Star Wars we've got.
Easily.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling Rogue One either, except for the last, 10 minutes.
That was good, the last 10 minutes, though.
Yeah, that saved it.
What was the robot's name?
K2SO.
KS1. Wait a minute,
I think
what?
that's a rapper.
That's a rapper, Brian. That's an old school rapper. Is this who you were talking about?
Who the hell is that?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Daphne Keene.
Wait, is this going to be coming from the High Republic? Because that
Yes.
looks like a High Republic.
I thought that's when the Acolytes were. It's a High Republic time.
What the? What? He has a man bun.
These costumes.
What is he wearing? A freaking squirt? Or what do you call those when they're shorts and skirts?
Do you have a purse?
He has a man. That's a
Is this a
man
female?
sack.
Is he a cross-dressing Wookiee?
I think
This may be a
What the hell
female
is
Wook.
going on? Is he wearing a dress?
it might be a female Wookiee. You
Yeah.
never know the difference.
He's got a ponytail?
Yeah, he's got a
What's
bun.
going on
Man
here,
bun.
guys?
No, that's a man bun, dude.
That's what I said. It's a man
No.
bun.
He's
Wow.
trans.
Oh, yeah. they are trans. Thank you.
They.
Oh, I hope he didn't get that purse from my airport. I hope he got it legitimately.
Okay, when you see makeup like this, it never looks as good as it does when it's actually on screen. But that, I mean,
Let's hope
is that
so.
kind of like a going for a Darth Maul character, like one of their people?
This is from the Star Wars Christmas special. No, it looked better than this.
Let me ask you guys: did you see the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
How dare they try to make me cry this early
Yes.
in
Yes.
December?
I liked it.
Enjoyed the hell out
I
of it.
enjoyed the
Very
hell
good.
out of it too.
Yes.
Yep.
Kevin
Very
Bacon was
enjoyable.
awesome. Like
Wait,
I
don't
I
wanna
hope they
ruin
have
it.
him again.
I don't want to. I'm not going to spoil it, but when Star Lord and whatever her name is and Mantis had that conversation at the end, it's like,
Yeah.
"Aw." Got me.
Oh my God, yeah. When he was just like responded in a way
Yeah.
she was not ready for.
No,
Dude. Oh, check my damn chat sport. Okay, sir.
you got to be.
It's
more
probably
specific.
what I'm showing right now, isn't it?
What's her
It's
name?
exactly what I'm
Gamora's
showing
sister
right now.
again?
Say that
What's
again.
that?
Gamora's sister. What's her name again?
Oh shit.
It's Gamora.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Why can't I think of her name? Gamora.
I know it's like
and,
right there.
Yeah, it's right there. She is
Nebula.
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 Oh, you
Yeah,
know who
yeah.
it is? It's Nebula.
Yeah, I really loved how she kept trying to chase down Kevin Bacon. Like she put a gun to his head. That was cracking me up, man.
Oh, dude, it was good. Zax, you want to come
Yeah.
on for a bit? Yeah, dude, that shit was funny, man. Like I really laughed. Like I laughed hard during that. Like there was some parts that got me in the feels. You know, even like the ending cartoon part where they're showing how him and
Oh yeah.
like even though he destroyed Christmas, he kind of
Wandu.
Yondu. Yeah.
Yondu.
Yondu.
I always had to think of the song. Legolas sucks and Yondu is the one. You know, the one about his fly eagle arrow. Anyway, whatever. Good video, but yeah.
I don't
Yondu.
know that one.
I'll put a link. Did you ever see the music video I made for you so you would finally listen to that song I asked you to listen to 3 years ago?
What was that again?
Cool. It's the Lumineers with that Game of Thrones song.
Yes, I listen. I totally listened to it.
I can see how many views are on the video.
It's on your page.
I'll send you the link. It's secret.
Okay.
It was just for you.
Okay. Yeah. Send it to me again. I'm totally gonna watch it this time. Totally gonna watch it this time.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to it this time.
Oh, hold on. James Gunn is trending at the moment.
Oh, I'm sure it's only good things.
I did not know Superman premiered 44 years ago today.
Wait, what did?
Nice.
Wow, I was 2 years old when Superman came out. That's insane. And wow, a Christmas release. I kind of miss those. You know, like when we used to watch, like, I don't know, like you got the trilogy.
TGIF whole lineup would do Christmas stuff, or
Well, no, but like you got the trilogy of Lord of the Rings at Christmas time, you know, all
Yeah.
those things. So he says James Gunn calls Superman huge priority, debunks speculation about his feelings towards Henry Cavill. But he's just saying that it's a huge priority. Is he actually saying Henry Cavill, though, is a huge priority? I think he wants him.
I mean, I think most people on this planet want Henry. I think we talked about this already, right?
Right. Well, I think you need to say it again, though.
Scott was talking about
We
earlier
don't
how
all
it's
want
not
him the way-
gay. It's just
Yeah.
respect.
It's like a man respect. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jane?
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Who is this supposed to be?
He's supposed to be a Jedi, but I thought the acolyte was about the Sith.
He looks like a Padawan with that Padawan.
He's a Padawan.
Yeah,
must-
Padawan, but
Isn't it called a Padawan tail?
Well,
Like a
I thought
rat
the
tail?
acolyte was about the Sith,
Eh.
but it also is like the Jedi, you know, how the Sith came out of the Jedi's blind spot during this time.
There's probably some
Oh,
red
is it
shirt
a-
that's about to get taken out.
Yeah.
is it about a convert?
A convert to the dark side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like during the acolyte times, so this is going back over 1,000 years, I believe. So were they doing the system of 2 by then, or was it still a larger amount? I think they were doing the system of 2 by then. So yeah, it must be someone falling to the dark side, and it could be Man Bun, Wookiee. That'd
That's
be
the
awesome.
same.
With her squirt.
call
Is this
Wookiee.
squirt? Do they call it squirts when they're shorts in a skirt? Squirt?
What? What are you talking about?
You never hear about that?
No.
Combination of a skirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skort.
Oh, it's only 100 years before the Phantom Menace? Oh, I thought it was like much longer. Thank you, Kimberly, for subscribing. Wow, people are subscribing. This is great. We still got 74 people watching.
I mean, everybody came to see this man bun having
a skort. Thank you.
No. Well, they're saying it takes place.
That's a real sweet looking Wookiee, man.
300 years before the prequel. Before the prequels.
Dart skip. Hell, man, that's Culture Casino. Well, okay, so I usually follow what Raging says, and he says 100, but you're saying you looked it up and they're saying 300?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no shit. Raging, you're completely wrong. Stop being such a simp.
Give Andor another chance.
That's what he keeps telling everybody. That's what he keeps telling everybody.
Wait,
give him another chance.
He's a fan of it? He's a fan of Andor?
Oh, he loves Andor. Watch his videos.
Surprising. See,
Yeah.
I told him. I think they do better because they can't do Star Wars right. It's better when they don't do Star Wars.
First of all,
You know?
Rhino could jump on. He has the link. He's in the chat that you're in, Soul. So he could jump on anytime. He's probably working or something. Doesn't care. He says, no, it's only 100 years. Come on and let us take over the, talk to us on the panel.
Now, Jane, where did you get your information from?
I got it from timeout.com.
Okay. Rhino, where did you get yours from?
Timeout.com.
I've never heard of
I've never heard of them either.
Isn't that gay magazine or publication?
Oh, I thought it was related to the hashtag Me Too.
No, that's something out. That's another out, not timeout.
No, it's not. Yeah, this isn't out. Magazine.
Yeah, I think it's just called out. Yeah.
It's like, what are you reading there, Jane?
Culture told me about it. I didn't read it. Tim Talk says on your right. Oh, you son of a bitch. He did it. He said on your right instead of on your left. He remembered. Rhino declines. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about this. All I know is the pictures I'm seeing right now look terrible. But again, sometimes they look really bad until you see it on screen.
Yeah. Did you know the scene in Empire where I think it's when Palpatine arrives? All of that is just one of those matte things, one of those painted.
What?
Yeah. You know, you have the Palpatine ship and there's all the stormtroopers lined up and then they walk off and it's like the dun 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 thing. It's all that was all a matte painting thing.
They weren't really there? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Not from this. Whatever. I'll find it later. Forget it.
I just saw something on YouTube before. It was like 7 extra minutes to the battle in with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Deleted scene from Empire Strikes Back. And it's supposed to be like really cool.
That does sound cool. Did you ever see the one?
Holy shit! I was supposed to send you a link, wasn't I, Rogue? I thought that was the 27th. We said, or the 24th. Damn it! Was it today? Oh my god!
It was the 24th because I'm watching the Cowboys Eagle play that night. So you wanted him to be on there to replace me while I watched the Cowboys.
Yeah, we were gonna do. I thought we said Christmas, dude. I am terrible human being, and I love you. You want to come on next week or Christmas Eve? It's up to you. No, next week I might not be here. But Christmas Eve.
You can still come on. I'll probably have to be here.
Yeah, I'll make him run it. Damn, I suck.
Make me?
That's what he said.
Boy. I haven't received my shirt from his trip to Florida that I did a marathon 12-hour stream.
Rhino posted his source.
Oh. Wait a minute, is Daphne Keene the girl from... I didn't realize it's the same girl. Holy shit. Wait a minute, let me look at that picture again. Daphne Keene is the girl from Wolverine. That's not her. That's her?
Not her. Oh.
That's her.
How many years ago was Wolverine? Or Logan?
Apparently
2017?
about 30 and 1,000 cartons of cigarettes ago.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's look at. Okay,
right
you see
there.
that? Hold your horses. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, Rogue, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna be closing out soon. I would have totally just sent you one, but can you please come on again? I swear I won't be an idiot. Daphne Keene joins the cast of Acolytes. So that's the same girl.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, yeah, it does kind of look like her.
X-23.
X-23 is an Acolyte.
There's a lot of makeup and prosthetics.
All
but
right,
still,
so
though.
look at that face.
She's got something in her eyes too.
And then
They just uglified her like they do all the girls.
Yeah. Are you guys getting excited for the Star Wars game? The new Jedi Survivor?
That doesn't look like her. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Jedi Survivor, when's that coming out?
March, I think. I think it's in March. It's the sequel to. Yeah, I like that they gave him a beard because he's so difficult to look at. You know.
What do you mean?
Redhead. They could
What
have
are you
made
talking
him a little
about?
prettier. He's an ugly
What?
protagonist. Yeah, he it's not unbearable. I'm not saying it's unbearable.
He's no
It's a
Cavill,
redhead.
is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah.
Wait a minute, I think you're.
Cavill rings your bell more.
I mean, we've learned a lot about Mad's standards when it comes to men.
Yeah,
This
he doesn't
episode.
really have
Only
much.
the highest.
I don't know about that. All right, so wait a minute. This is Jedi Survivor. It's a video game, right?
Yeah.
But you're talking about like him being hot?
No, he's not.
He thinks he's hot
But
now.
he looks better here because they covered up his face more with a beard.
Tell me.
A little loud, though.
A little loud?
Yeah.
Why lead when they won't follow?
That guy you're talking about?
No.
Why?
No, did he look like a hero?
When you
Scott's like, fuck being monetized. I'm.
Yeah, I ain't monetizing it.
What
Shit.
is your next move?
He is pretty hot. Yeah.
Jedi.
Oh, we're not seeing him yet?
But again, though, they gave him a beard, so you're not gonna react.
Oh, it's the same dude.
Wally?
Yeah, but with a beard.
Wally?
Wally.
But he doesn't have a beard. What are you talking about?
Let it go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah, all we needed to see was the
wrong
date.
version.
This is the one. Yeah, this
Oh,
is
what's the
no.
other version?
Get the American version. What's wrong with you?
Okay, let me find it. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Stop yelling at me,
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Official reveal. Maybe I'll go to the official one.
Let's hope.
The
Right
order
then.
is gone.
All right, this looks different.
I was betrayed
Oh, yeah.
by the one I trusted most.
I don't even know who that is. I re-downloaded it so I
I
could
will not be
play.
imprisoned
do another
again.
playthrough.
I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
Of course she's bald.
Yeah, it has to be bald. Come on.
Or the Dora Milaje.
By the way, I am here for having an animal sidekick.
Jedi. Remind our friend here why his kind are supposed to be dead.
Okay, so the way it happened was Palpatine put out an Order 66. You were all supposed to be dead.
I
The
think
line
we all
makes
know
no
that.
sense to me. No, the line, remind him why Jedi aren't supposed to exist. You give him a lecture on it? Like, what do you mean?
Because
Sorry,
what they're saying is you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
You all died because
Bad,
you couldn't.
bad
you-
dialogue.
Yeah.
After all we've done, the Empire has only grown stronger.
It's freaking good.
Would you guys want to see a movie with him.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Done
I
right.
guess.
Thanks, bud.
Okay. Yes.
Part of the job, Gustus.
Did y'all see they race swapped the Wampa? Yeah, it's a brown Wampa.
Whoa.
Wow, that was dope. Oh.
Make them mad. Make them mad in the chat. I don't care. I like it.
I think it looks pretty dope.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for it.
It's the only good thing that's come out, Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't care for that new Wampa.
I don't know. It looks good to me, man.
Yeah.
Looks like fun.
I mean, get to ride a emu, but a space emu with lightsabers? You can't beat that. And ride pterodactyls? Come on.
Someone was saying, I forget where it was. I think it was on Twitter, of course. But they were talking about making the movie, but casting a female version of the character. I'm just like, this is the problem.
It's like, can we just please just stop?
They won't stop.
Never gonna stop.
They're never gonna stop, man. I love Starkiller. I would love to see Starkiller in a movie.
Ooh.
A desert Wampa? What?
It just blows my mind how, like, haven't they learned in the past decade, like, switching characters gendered never works. It never works. What is the point?
They're committed to it, though.
Yeah, they are committed to it. You're absolutely right.
You really are. You will accept this. You will like it.
You will accept it. We'll demasculate any man. Like, it's on. And it's just, it blows my mind that we'll lose money and we'll keep losing money because we're so damn rich we don't care. Like, that's what I got from it. I thought, okay, if they lost enough money, they would stop. How much money have they lost? I feel like any other company would be like, okay, we need to switch this up.
Yeah, I mean, it just clearly shows that money is not their motivation for why they do anything anymore. It can't be.
Right.
You can't sit here in 2022 and be like, oh, it's weird. This stuff isn't working. Well, let's keep going.
Right.
Considering it's like in all of, like, in everything, including education in schools, I say they're really targeting the kids more than anything. Like, they don't care what we think. They just want this next generation and the generation after to become more what they want.
Yep.
No real masculinity.
Right.
You know, except for women, they can be masculine all over the place. You know.
Right. But no male masculinity. You're absolutely right.
And no femininity except in men.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it better.
It's I mean,
Jeopardy
we're men. We can do whatever we want better. But it's the flip. It's this flip idea that, and they're pushing it and trying to tell parents that we have no right to speak up. And when a certain group has, the FBI going after parents at, PTA meetings, you gotta start realizing it's a bigger issue than, you're only whining. No, this is a huge issue and it's a huge agenda, and you have to keep an eye on it and you have to speak out against it.
But this is why parents have been pulling their kids from public school for years. If it wasn't this, it would be something else. But it's been propaganda and agenda for years now. And I don't know how parents trust their kids in public school. I really don't.
I don't. I test the teachers, and I keep my daughters tell me what they learn.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still pissed that the one teacher doesn't have an American flag in her room.
Yeah, it's a full-time job. It really, really
It is.
Yeah.
Do they have another flag in its place? Or
no,
something?
they don't. I was looking.
But pride flag.
Yeah, only one. My daughter's in 3rd grade now, and 2nd grade was the only grade they did the pledge. Like,
wow, really?
I can't remember a day in grammar school that didn't go by without us doing the pledge at the beginning of school day.
Maybe not in junior high. I don't remember necessarily having to do it in junior high. In high school,
that's what I'm saying. High school might have been a little different, but I know grammar school every day to teach it to you.
I remember in elementary school.
Yeah.
But even that, I just prefer them to just teach the lesson of that class. I don't need you teaching my child anything else.
Right. Right.
I bet they haven't even had the Christian bodybuilders that would come to your school and rip up phone books, through the power of the Lord and PEDs. I bet they haven't been to any of these schools in years. Y'all don't remember this? Is this not a thing that everybody saw?
You're right.
No, man.
They're big bodybuilders, and they're coming like, anything's possible through Christ, and like, hey, you got something hanging? Oh, I forgot the needle. It was in my butt still. Anyway, anything's possible, and they would rip up phone books and shit.
Did you go to private or public school?
Oh no, this is public, but East Texas though.
Oh yeah, you're in Texas. They still believe in God. That's a good thing though. Yeah, it's a good thing.
I know Brahma remembers this because he went to a private Christian school, so they showed up there too. There you go. See?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
don't you guys
more
have
people need to hear about it.
a large number of Catholics now
Who?
in Texas?
I don't know. Oh goodness. Oh, because of the border thing. Yeah, probably.
It's true.
Bro, dude,
Most like South Americans are Catholic, I would think, right?
Lapa Lapas the other night. Lapa Lapas. And normally my girlfriend will go over with how to pronounce the words of some of the things that she wants to order, but she didn't. So I'm gonna have the drive-through window, not the speaker thing, and I'm like, Norento? And he's like, what? I'm like, God. And then in the line, he started having me go over it. I'm like, he's like, roll your R's. I can't roll my R's. I'm like, and there's cars lined up behind me. As I sit here at this, he's like, just pull forward. And then they started calling me Norento or whatever. It's my nickname. They're the Lapa Lapas.
What are Norentos?
I don't know. It's a taco thing.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up there. Taco things, everybody. They came to Kentucky.
See?
They're everywhere now, people. That sounds terrible the way I said it, but they're being bussed everywhere.
Thank God. We need more Christians.
Yeah, I'm down with Catholics.
Even the Catholics, yeah.
Any form of Christianity is fine with me because just faith in God. Faith in God is important. That's all. This country is based on that. And people are like, oh, division between state and... No, it just meant there wasn't going to be a national religion. That's all that meant.
Yeah.
You're allowed to have God involved in public life, like involved in government. You're allowed to pray. You're allowed to, like, it's stupid to think there's supposed to be a separation. They always bring on this letter from Thomas Jefferson to a church in Danbury, Connecticut. Read the whole goddamn thing, not the one page they show you.
Well, what happened to just objective sense of morality and having a nation in which the majority, at least before, were Christian? Like, there shouldn't be a problem with leaning in that direction. Of course, the government can't enforce it on anyone, but individuals can prioritize those values,
right,
in how they conduct themselves in government positions. And that's something that I think has been lost. And I think it's been lost for a lot of the reasons that we see with the social engineering when it comes to gender in schools and colleges, universities, in entertainment. I think all of that stuff, a lot of it is rooted in, yes, modern intersectional feminism, but it's also rooted in atheism. I believe that a lot of this stuff is just, it's irrational, and it's something that seems very much evil in its origin.
Yes.
You want to trigger people these days, say something like, I'll pray for you, or you're in my prayers. You know, I've done that in my comment section a couple of times. Some people say they're going through a hard time or whatever. You say you pray for them, you got a whole comment section of people mocking you for believing in something. You know, oh, they're just so superior. You're believing in something you can't see and all of this. It's like, bro, easy.
That's what faith is,
right? Like, you
that's what faith is.
The whole point.
Yeah, you believe in a round earth. Don't come to me talking about believing in things that you don't know.
You believe in somebody telling you what to think. That's even worse than believing in faith-based. You know, like,
because if you step back and look at the world and what's going on, somebody believes in something.
Yes.
It's not God. You know what I mean? Just look at how this world has progressed in the last 50 years or something like that. Look at what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're absolutely right. I say Merry Christmas. I do. and I actually recently, in the last 2 Christmases, people have actually been happy to hear me say that. Like they'll say Happy Holidays. I'll say, well, Merry Christmas. And they'll go, yeah, Merry Christmas. Like they're scared to say it. Like they forgot that they're allowed to say it. Like,
I was working a traffic accident. And I'm just waving through cars, and somebody came up and asked a question. Whatever. I'm like, Merry Christmas. He goes, it was a white woman. Somebody could be offended by you saying that. I'm like, does it offend you? No.
Then shut the fuck up.
She's offended on behalf of the marginalized group.
That just sums it up all right there.
I had someone complain that I was wearing gloves. I always wear gloves. I don't touch these nasty people that you have to deal with at night. So, they're Kevlar lined and shit. I'm not going to get stuck. And someone was like, oh my gosh, it's so intimidating that you wear black gloves. It was a white woman. That you wear these black gloves. Okay. Well, I thought about that. And I also thought about, I don't want to be sticked by a needle. Yeah. And I decided that was more important than this hypothetical person's feelings on my gloves. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, see, Mike, I've had people get upset. There's other holidays, and it's always usually a white woman. The truth of the matter is when I say Merry Christmas, I'm actually saying Happy Hanukkah, like whatever you celebrate, I'm saying that to you. Merry Christmas. Like, because that's what I believe. Merry Christmas. I'm a Christian-based guy. Sorry.
I have one more last thing. I just thought of it.
Yeah, we'll go out on that.
Yeah. So Sergeant Davis, he was a black guy. It was around Christmas time, and he's outside the store or whatever, and this car was parked where nobody could go through, like in front of the thing. And he goes up, and he knocks on the window, and she goes, ah! And starts screaming. He's like, what the? And he turned around and ran off because he didn't want the drama. Because he was so scared of this black guy hanging out of outside of her window. Her driver, and she's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do, so he just took off running.
A cop?
Yeah, I saw it. It was fucking great. Yeah, man, we ain't got time for that.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Yeah, right?
Resisting.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you. We had a great show tonight. We had a great chat. A lot of people watching. It's nice to see that again. Merry Christmas to you all. Hopefully we'll be here next week. I'm going to be up in Boston for our Christmas Eve with my sister doing the 7 fishes. So,
what?
7 fish. It's an Italian thing. You do 7. You have to have at least 7 different type of fish.
Ooh,
in the meals. Good. Yeah. Bacala, which is cod, salted cod, like salted dried cod that you have to soak for days and days and days. And then usually like some type of shrimp and some type of other stuff. Squingeel. It'll be good. Wait, what does that say? Black people don't stay to find out what is scary.
Who is it? Cedric was like, let two people get up and start running.
Stereotype that is exactly true.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Winter man
trying
is
to
coming.
find out shit.
No.
So hopefully we'll be here next week. If not, Matt will run the show, and then I'll see you guys Christmas Eve. So hopefully my in-laws will be in. So I don't know. Long story short, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Mark. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Grant. I love you guys, and I enjoy this every time. And we'll go out on our Monday Alien show, conspiracy show theme song, because I love it. This is what you will see if you join us on that show. Have a great night, everybody.
Okay, then. And as we always say, if you're not being beamed up, you're being beamed down.
We never say that.
Well, no, you don't. When I run it, we do. Also, what other stereotypes are true? I've been to a movie.
Italians
so
talk with their
hands. I went to Black Panther, so I know that stereotype. For real though?
You're just gonna keep going, aren't you?
I thought about it. I had a couple more.
Aluminum smoke.
Man, this is really
No book.
Still my favorite opening. It's a great song. It's my theme song. We got to get Gary out of there. But, we already have Jesus.